Hey guys, welcome into the shop today. If you looked at the title of the video, you can probably tell we're not going to be doing anything with CNC today. But if you remember last week, I built a workbench out of some 2x4s and some 4x4s. Today I'm going to show you what that bench is used for. Alright, so before we actually get into what is on the bench and how it's set up, also from the title you can probably already tell that, yeah, I'm going to be using it for doing some leather work. So this channel is primarily focused on CNC stuff. However, that was really never the intent. This channel was never meant to be CNC completely. So with that being said, I'm still going to do CNC videos, but I think I'm going to start doing some videos on leatherwork too. Not necessarily instructional how-to videos, but you know, just me making stuff out of leather. I enjoy watching it. It's pretty neat. So I think some people might join watching it, and we're gonna give it a try and see how it goes. But anyway, I got this bench all set up. I'm a complete noob. I've made two things out of leather, and those things were made in the last couple days, and they look like crap. So you'll have to bear with me. This isn't a how-to or an instructional video. This is just me showing everybody how I set my bench up. So if you're new and you're trying to set some things up, maybe this will give you an idea of what to get. I've spent too many hours looking online trying to figure out what I need and how to set it up, and this is what I came up with. So let's go down and take a look. Okay, so we're gonna start on the far left side of the bench, and up first is what they call a poundo pad. It's kind of like a rubber pad. It's supposed to dampen the blow when you're stamping and cutting and doing whatnot. And then I've got a granite, just a granite oval slab here, and this is for doing your stamping on. A couple things that I've been, playing around with, just kind of, getting some practice before I actually do my first real project. And I didn't have anywhere to put this stencil, but I'm going to tell you something. If you are making your own patterns, this is going to be a have-to-have. You've got to get one. So over here is pretty much the stamping station, used for if I could think of the word here, for lacing, for poking your lacing holes, pounding your lacing holes in your leather so you can stitch it up. All right, so then up here, we got a temporary 4x4 for holding all my stamps and my chisels for my lacing and awls and whatnot. I've got some ideas, and I'm gonna do this on the CNC, and I'm gonna have a video coming up before too long, but I've got an assortment of stamps, and to be honest with you, most of these are cheap Chinese stamps mixed in with about maybe half good stamps that I've bought here in the last few weeks. I've got some chisels and some pricking irons, some awls, and this little guy right here, I haven't tried it yet, but this is supposed to be a glue eraser. We'll see how that goes. The shelf itself is nothing more than a 2x6. I'm just using what I got laying around, trying not to spend any money if I don't have to. So across the front of the shelf here, I have some scrap leather, and let me tell you about this leather. I was going to get into leather working about 5 or 6 years ago, and I bought a single shoulder of this real thick, like 8 to 9 ounce leather, and it sat in my closet for probably close to 4 years, and it doesn't work very well for stamping on or anything anymore. So hey, I'm making use of it. So I've got my little old my stitch groover, the razor blade. I've got my little edge things. Man, I can't think of what they are right now. Skivers maybe. I bought this. I don't even know why. It's like a little flat skiver. I don't know if I'm ever going to use it, but maybe I'll find a use for it. I got my little burnishing tool here. Little crease line maker thing. It's adjustable. I can't think of what they call it. Like I said, you'll have to forgive me. Swivel knife, which I'm really hoping to one day be good at using. Skiver. You know what? This thing right here is for the stitching wheel or something. It marks your stitching hole so you can use the awl to poke through it. And then these are the two little pouches I made, just trying to get some practice with the stain and the glue and the sewing and whatnot, and made one for my little scissors. And I don't know why I made this one, but I decided to use it for all my pens and pencils and whatnot. Then I got my mallets. These are pretty cheap mallets. I'm not going to spend a bunch of money on mallets yet. And then I got this little tack hammer thing. This is good for tapping on the sewing, the lacing when you're done sewing it up. A little box here I made a long time ago. Got my little cotton daubers in there. And then over here, you know, I've got all my little buttons and, you know, my line 20s, line 24 buttons, you know, some miscellaneous stuff in there, some more buttons in here, some rivets, setters, sewing kit, my setting kit for all my buttons and snaps and whatnot, some gloves, and you know, this is going to be my first big project after I do my first little project. I've had this knife for a while, and it's actually got a really cool sheath on it. But this is a Rowan SE knife. It's a SE6, I believe. Yeah, the 6. Badass knife, probably one of the best on the market. I'm telling you, this is a beast. But I want to make a leather sheath for it, kind of like a survivalist backpack type thing, you know, with a fire steel and all that good stuff. So one of these days I'll be doing a video on that. So come back to the middle, and I've got my cutting mat, and I've got some patterns that I started cutting out. This is going to be my first project, and it's going to be my first leather video, so hopefully that goes good. I won't tell you what it is right now, but no, it is not an adult spanking paddle. So no. So then going back here on the shelf, I've got all my little chemicals and glues. I'm gonna tell you what, the hardest thing I found about getting all this stuff together was learning what chemicals are. Okay, you'll have to forgive me. I have to keep reminding myself that with a Sony camera, it only lets you record 5 minutes in 4K, and then it automatically shuts off. So back to what I was saying. The hardest thing I found was to learn which chemicals do what and which ones to get, dyes and edges and finishes, and I still have a lot to go. So starting over here, I got some glue. This is some leather glue from Hobby Lobby. It's a Fibings, which is a huge brand in the leather business. And then all this is Fibings. There's more out there, but this is what I decided to start with. So I've got some edge coat. I've got some Hobby Lobby dye that I bought, and then some Pro dye. Pro dye is what they say is one of the better ones, so I got some of that. Some tan coat, some Resolene, and some antiquing paste, which I will be trying out in the future. I got some glues, some cement. I haven't tried those yet. I have used that one, and it does work pretty good. A little lighter for fraying off the ends. And that's pretty much it. That's what I've got going right now. I bought a few square feet of some leather just to play around with it. I'm sure I'll ruin most of it before I get the hang of it, but that's okay. You got to learn somehow. Now the really cool part, in my opinion. So this piece of 2x4 that runs up the wall here, it's got these bolts hanging out of it. This is how I came up with my little recording system. So I've got a ball head that just screws and unscrews right to that, and then I can mount my camera on it, and you know, it points down here to the bench. So if I want to lower it down, if I don't have enough zoom or whatever, I just unscrew the ball head and put it down here. If I want to raise it, I unscrew the ball head, put it up here. Right in the middle seems to be the sweet spot, especially with that lens, which, by the way, is a awesome Sigma 18 to 35 1.8 lens. Under $1,000, boy, that is a bad lens. But anyway, so just a real quick overview of my little old workbench setup for leather, and we're gonna get some videos here hopefully in the near future, making some stuff, and yeah, we'll see where it goes. But stay tuned for more CNC videos and some leather videos in the near future. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe, and if you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to answer them as quick as I can. Y'all have a good day.